What is Mazal? And what does Mazal have to do with astrology and the zodiac? Do Jews believe in astrology? And do Jews believe in the influence of the constellation on a person's life and a person's character traits? Many of you might have heard the popular Jewish phrase Mazal Tov, which many believe means congratulations. But it is much deeper than that. Basically, directly translated, Mazal Tov means may your destiny be good. Astrology is tied to one's mazal, more commonly called one's destiny. Thus, by understanding one's mazal, you can learn more about yourself and those around you. In so doing, you will also be able to work on yourself and thus improve your mazal or destiny and live a more fulfilled and meaningful life, a life of purpose and improving yourself, which is the whole purpose of creation. I already made a more detailed video of the purpose of life, which I will link for you above. In this series, we will have a Jewish look at the 12 months of the solar year and explore the different energies, power, and character traits of the 12 constellations, or the zodiac, that will help us better understand ourselves, improve ourselves, and live a life of purpose and meaning. Remember to subscribe and enable notifications if you want to be notified when I do post these videos. Some of you might already be married, and some of you might still be single, looking for your soulmate. Understanding astrology and the zodiac, which is connected to your mazal and the mazal of those around you, will help you to understand those around you better and enable you to get along with them. People like your spouse, or your children, or your friends, and most importantly, yourself. Mazal or destiny has an influence over one's character, which is determined and established at the moment of one's birth. Most people are not aware of the fact that when a baby is born, it receives a package that we in Judaism call mazal. This mazal will determine a person's life, very similar to a GPS navigation system like Waze. This mazal is built into the child at the moment and the time of birth, and this mazal will direct the child in finding a job that suits his or her particular needs, to marry the woman or man that suits his or her needs for this particular lifetime, and everything else around a person's development and what happens around him or her, the friends that he or she will have, the places where he or she will be, all the challenges that he or she will confront. All of that is part of that package that we in Judaism call mazal. Basically, this mazal gives one the abilities, the talents, the strengths, or the weaknesses that one needs to deal with life. This mazal is what both Jews and non-Jews receive at the time of birth, and this mazal also gives a person direction and a mission in life. Everyone has a particular and unique mission in life that no one else can achieve, and that is why every human being is special and unique. That is also why everyone has their own style and personality traits. Some are more reserved, and some are more outgoing. In order to accomplish one's mission in life, the person will be given a certain personality, certain characteristics, and that is what will help him or her accomplish his or her mission in life, whatever his or her mission may be. One's mazal or destiny is fixed. Changes, however, is possible through charity, repentance, and prayer. For example, someone's mazal determines how much money a person will make in his or her lifetime. So, no matter how hard a person works, you will not be able to make 1 cent more than the person is destined for. If a person, for example, don't have the mazal to be wealthy, even if you give him or her $1 million, the person will either waste it or lose it, because the person does not have the mazal to be wealthy. The opposite is also true. If you give a person that has the mazal to be wealthy $5, for example, he or she will take that $5 and make it into $1 million. This is called one's destiny or fixed mazal. But because of our relationship with God, we can change our mazal. At Rosh Hashanah, for example, the Jewish New Year, our books are opened to determine our mazal for the year to come. On Yom Kippur, which is the Jewish Day of Atonement, the books are closed and signed, and on Hoshana Rabbah, the mazal is fixed. Before Rosh Hashanah, we have the Jewish month of Elul, a month where we as Jews do introspection and try to improve ourselves and correct the mistakes we might have made and the people we have wronged. By doing so, and through the process of repentance, charity, and prayer, we can improve our mazal for the year to come. The Jewish month of Elul is thus an auspicious time where the king is in the field, meaning that God is closer to us, which makes improving ourselves and having our prayers heard much easier than any other time of the year. Our mazal is also influenced by our environment, genes, education, and discipline. It is thus very important not to forget that even though we are born with a certain mazal, with discipline, we can influence our mazal because God gave us free will, and we can control ourselves and choose the right path, or God forbid, the wrong path. It is not possible to completely change your mazal, or who you are, or what you are, but you can control yourself and refine your character, leading to a better and more fulfilled life. Jewish astrology differs from other forms of astrology. We have a tradition that goes back to Abraham, who received the secrets of creation, which has been brought down in the book called Sefer Yetzirah. Kabbalah, which directly translated means to receive, but which is more commonly called Jewish mysticism, is based on Sefer Yetzirah. I already made a detailed video on Kabbalah, also called Jewish mysticism, which I will link for you above. Non-Jewish astrologists, for example, struggle with the question of twins, who are supposedly born at the exact same time and with the exact same environmental factors, and thus should be exactly the same. But we all know that this is not the case. In Judaism, however, your mazal is determined not just by the month and the day you are born, but also the hour of your birth. That is why you might have twins that look alike and even have certain similar styles and character traits, but not everything about them is exactly the same. This is also the reason why going to astrologers to have your horoscope analyzed and read and predicted will not be accurate. It is also forbidden for Jews to go to astrologers and soothsayers. Even though there is disagreements in Judaism about Mazal and astrology, the vast majority of rabbis are in agreement that the stars do have an influence over our lives, and the moment of birth is very important in determining our life's destiny. In Judaism, we have an area of study called Musar, which is basically teaching us how to live a life of ethics and morals. I already made a detailed video on Musar, also called Jewish Ethics, which I will link for you above. These Musar studies and Musar books are intended for us to help us with our midot, which means our character traits and our nature. Every one of us has some strengths and some weaknesses. In this series, we will go through all of the 12 astrological signs, also called the zodiac, and its significance, with a special focus on knowing your own midot or character traits and those around you, so that we can all improve ourselves and achieve our mission in life. If someone, for example, has a particular character trait that is difficult, like anger or laziness, for example, it might be that he has come into this world to work on that particular character trait. We all have to work on ourselves. If you have a particular weakness, it doesn't mean you just have to accept it because it is your mazal, but rather it means that we must do our best to work on it and in so doing achieve our mission in life. Some character traits are ingrained in us because of our mazal from birth, and thus we would have a natural inclination towards those character traits. The Jewish sages tell us, for example, that the Jewish people have a mazal to be modest, compassionate, and kind. These are character traits that we inherited. If any Jew lacks any of these 3 character traits, the Jewish sages tells us that you may suspect that he or she has non-Jewish blood running through his or her veins. The Jewish sages also tells us that when you're about to date a girl, you should find out who her brothers are, because many of your children, if you end up marrying her, will resemble her brothers. Thus we see that some character traits are passed on by genetics and is not just determined by mazal. What we do know, however, is that the character traits that is transmitted genetically is much more superficial than what is received at the moment of birth. In other words, the real character and personality of an individual has much more to do with his or her sun sign at the moment of birth than who his or her family is. Someone's way of thinking or perspective, whether he or she is right-wing or left-wing, for example, might have been picked up in school, the streets, or even at home. These factors are much more flexible. People change their mind all the time. People who are left-wing liberals today might decide tomorrow to be right-wing conservatives. That's very possible, because these factors are not ingrained or born into them. What we are going to talk about in this series is those character traits that are ingrained into a person at the time of his or her birth. This is not something that you pick up anywhere, but rather you receive it as a package, which is your mazal. Many of you probably already know that there are 12 basic signs in astrology, also called the zodiac. That does not mean that there's only 12 kinds of people. In Judaism, there is a great emphasis on the day and hour of your birth. Thus, we have many kinds of people. Plus, we have many external factors I have already mentioned. But basically, we have 12 astrological signs, and we have 4 astrological elements, namely fire, earth, air, and water. These elements have a huge influence on the individual character traits. In astrology, we do not go by the moon, but rather by the sun. Thus, in astrology, we go by your English birthday and not your Jewish birthday. Thus, in astrology, you need to know the exact position of the sun, not the moon, at the time of your birth. Whatever the position of the sun was at the time of your birth is what determines your mazal. This could also greatly assist you in finding your soulmate or getting along better with your soulmate. Your soulmate is that special woman or man that you are destined to spend your life with, that will help you grow and achieve your goals in life. Basically, your soulmate is that special person who will be a helper to you. Often, your soulmate will have what you don't have, and the two of you will complement each other, filling in each other's gaps in both strengths and weaknesses. A very important point in astrology is that there needs to be a certain affinity between two people, a certain compatibility between the signs in order for them to really succeed as a couple or as friends. In friendship, however, there are some individuals that are completely our opposite, which are very different than us, and sometimes these differences help us to achieve our goals in life. Imagine somebody that doesn't easily get things done. That is his or her nature, and he or she meets up with somebody who's a big pusher. Naturally, there is going to be some friction between them because the pusher wants to get things done and the other person doesn't like to be pushed. But in reality, the pusher is actually helping the other person to get things done. There's a common saying which says that opposites attract. This is a saying that is completely false and leads to a lot of suffering in the long run. Opposites don't attract. If you have somebody who is stingy, for example, and somebody who is a big spender, they're not going to get along very well or last together for a long time. So if opposites don't attract, then what is the various differences that exist between human beings and what creates the glue between some of them? And why is there sometimes a lack of this glue that prevents people from sticking together? There is another popular saying called love at first sight. This might be very dangerous if you want a lasting, loving relationship. The first day you meet someone, you might feel love at first sight, but that's not something to depend on long term and to rely on, because that feeling may dissipate with time. You might have been physically attracted to someone, or you might have been emotionally attracted to someone at first sight. But with time, those feelings will change. Feelings can be very misleading. That is why you need to know somebody for a while. Only then can you trust your feelings towards him or her. You will also be more willing to sacrifice and do more for such a person. Different personality types based on Mazal will also have different ways of showing affection and love towards another person. This is also called love languages. There are 12 astrological signs and 4 astrological elements, with each element containing 3 signs. The first element is fire, consisting of Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. The second element is earth, consisting of Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. The third element is air, consisting of Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. And the fourth element is water, consisting of Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. In truth, since the world was created with these 4 elements, as the Ramban points out, we all have a bit of these 4 elements in us. Based on the time of our birth, however, we are dominated by one of these 4 elements. The dominant element will determine who we get along with and who we will never be able to get along with. If your elements don't match, you are just not going to enjoy that other person's company. That is just a fact. In the next video, we will look at the 4 different elements in detail and look at their strengths and their weaknesses and who they are compatible with. So remember to subscribe to my channel and press the bell notification button to be notified when I do publish these videos. You can also watch the videos on Jewish astrology in this playlist next. Thanks for watching and Yom Tov.